the name come from?
First name is short for Guadalupe, which my mom gave me that name after the Virgin Mary, La Virgen de Guadalupe, in Spanish. And I appreciated it later, like a lot, to where like sometimes if I really in depth like tell the story of it, I get choked up and stuff. But as a kid, I hated it. Like first, second, and third grade, I was in Tennessee, and I made up a different name each year. I think one year I said my name was Jeffrey because my brother wasn't in school yet, and I said my name was Max in second grade. And each time, it was only a week and a half till a teacher's like, Max, come here. And it was like, is your name Guadalupe? I was like, yeah, feel free to call me Max. This is in Tennessee, and it was funny. Most kids were like, Lupe? That's your name? I was like, yes, that's my name. But anyway, yeah, so she named me after, and it was kind of like I was not a miracle baby or anything, but had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and like super close to not making it and everything. And my mom just got to praying, and she told me like she was praying really heavily that, God, if you just let me have this kid, I'll name him that, which is like a meaningful name like in the Mexican culture and stuff. So, and she said the second she opened up her eyes and stopped praying, they got the umbilical cord off and said I was going to be fine. So, but I came out blue as the sky, no air. I played for 3 years in my bedroom before anyone even knew I could play or sing. So my mom freaked out the first time I played or sang for her. And she's like, hold on, wait. I think it was 3 a.m. Matchbox 20. It was the first song I learned how to play and sing at the same time. And but I remember playing it for her. I was like, Mom, check it out, because I was so pumped. So I kind of accidentally looked beyond me having that shyness. So instead of where I was normally like, it'd be cool to show my mom and dad, but this is for me. It's whatever. But I got that down, playing it and singing. I was like, oh man, I'm doing it. And I ran downstairs. Mom, check this out. And then I played it and sang it, like put my heart into it. Hold on, where the hell did this come from? Like, I was like, sorry, this is what I've been doing in my room for 3 years. I've been learning how to play guitar and sing. And they knew, they got me a guitar when I asked for it, and they're like, we'll get you a nicer one if you stick with it. They got me this cheap black, had a little speaker built into it. You put a 9-volt battery in it, switch it on, sounded terrible. But I remember like I couldn't hold it right for maybe almost a year. I'd lay it flat in my lap, and I played with my thumb, like one string at a time. I remember freaking out when I started learning how to do like 2 strings. I started playing songs using 2 strings, and it's funny. But I remember growing up in junior high learning how to play like Pink Floyd tunes and from my Uncle Darren. But yeah, they did guitar, and that was it. Like no, my parents didn't sing or play. They, like my uncles, didn't really like sing or know enough about that stuff to be like, yeah, if you want to mess with it, I'll show you a thing or two. Like they didn't know. Like Darren just saw I was taking an interest in guitar and showed me a thing or two, and I went from there. A lot of it was the blues and rock, man. I'm a big Pearl Jam fan, and I know like when Unplugged started happening, or Storytellers, or that was VH1, which that was huge too, VH1. But like MTV, I remember I've pulled it up, I don't know how many times. I just watched it maybe a month ago, Pearl Jam's Unplugged, and it's still like, what a performance. Like Eddie Vedder is just, he's a beast, man. He's an awesome guy, but just the rock stuff, like I think before I was even wrapping my mind around messing with getting into playing or singing or anything. Actually, maybe at this very moment right now answering you is when it kind of clicked to me that a lot of that stuff did play a big part. I've never looked back on it and thought about it until you just asked, but it's kind of neat to think about that now. But I was a huge, like, I got into Johnny Lang and Stevie Ray Vaughan, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, and looking back on it, that's what got me into guitar, was blues, because those riffs and stuff, and just the little licks. If it was a song that had these little 5-second solo riff things in between vocals, I just remember hearing those, and I was like, man, if I could just learn those little 5-second riffs, it'd be so awesome.
Well, we realize we have a unique situation, because there's a lot of, between the three of us, there's a lot of different dynamics. You have 2 sisters, you have a married couple, you have brother and sister-in-law. you do have not just a family, but a very complex 3-person family.
So Dave and I dated, and then we realized we came to a point in our relationship where it was like, well, either we break up or you move or I move.